Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. If you guys haven't got a copy of my book yet, The Path of an Eagle, How to Overcome and Lead, I would love for you guys to get a copy. There's also the audio version with me narrating it. Links are available in the show description for you all to make it easier for you. I wrote this book to be a helpful guide in navigating the crazy world that we're living in. And also it's filled with many of my own stories. So I hope that you guys enjoy it and let me know what you guys think of the book as well. All right, my friends, with that all out of the way, today we're going to be talking about Mahmoud Khalil. Who is this guy? What is he being charged with? And why is the internet an absolute blaze at the moment because of this man? Now, Mahmoud Khalil is a 30-year-old former Columbia graduate student. And in the very words of the New York Times, he is the public face of the protest against Israel at Columbia University. He currently has a green card, meaning he's allowed to be in the States because he's studying or was studying. That does not give you the right at all to go against the US. He doesn't like the US. He's only here to study. And obviously, this man is supporting terror. He's supporting Hamas. And if it's one thing that we know that college campuses do very well at the moment is protect students that are protesting they're protesting against Israel and they're supporting a T-word organization. We don't want that sort of stuff at all in any country, let alone the US. That kind of stuff is dangerous. Now, what's blown up at the moment on the internet is the right and even the left are at odds with this particular man getting deported. People are saying that Mahmoud Khalil was exercising his right to freedom of speech. Yes, he definitely was. He's allowed to protest. He's allowed to exercise his right to freedom of speech. Now, the consequences come from exercising your right to freedom of speech when you're supporting a T-word organization group, when you're a terrorist sympathizer. There are consequences to one's actions. And under Trump's administration, anyone at college campuses, because as we know, college campuses are producing a great deal of hateful rot. And, none of them seem to want to help Israelis. None of them want to help the Jewish people at all. In fact, they're so against the Jewish people that Jewish citizens in the US are actually fearing for their own lives because of these giant protests that are breaking out. And when you've got someone like Mahmoud Khalil that doesn't actually want to be in the US, doesn't want to assimilate, doesn't like the values of the US, and he's protesting against Israel, what does that tell you? Now, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that are supporting Mahmoud Khalil, including Candace Owens. Let me ask you this question. Why in the world are you supporting somebody that actually is supporting terror in your own damn country, and you're saying we must protect freedom of speech, and then you're using this as like they're weaponizing the justice system? No, the difference here is if you are supporting a terror organization, you have no right at all. If you are holding a green card, if you're not a citizen, if you are a citizen and you're supporting terror, you have the full force of the law thrown at you and you can be charged. If you aren't a citizen, then you can be deported back from whence you came from, because we don't want people like that here. Now, let me ask you this, Candace Owens, why are you supporting that kind of person? Oh, it's because he hasn't done anything yet. He's exercising his right to freedom of speech in America, and we're no better than the Democrats if we arrest this person or deport him from whence he came. And I think you're nuts. You really are nuts. This is the problem, because guess what? Mahmoud Khalil is the public face of protest against Israel. And according to Candace Owens, it's a bad PR move for Trump and the Trump administration. So here's what she says. People hate to hear the truth, but alas, I must speak it. The truth according to Candace Owens and how she sees the world. Spoiler alert, she's nuts. There were many students who engaged in recording harassment and broke the law while protesting. There were plenty of students who were rightfully arrested. Why didn't Trump's DOJ simply choose from one of these students? The arrest of Mahmoud Khalil is a PR nightmare for the Trump admin, an unforced error, which will do absolutely nothing to make Jewish students safer on campus. It will increase anti-Israel sentiment in America and across college campuses. It will increase the perception of Jewish supremacy. How will it do that exactly? Because you're arresting and deporting the public face of the protest against Israel. You're making a blanket statement by deporting the man that organizes all of these protests. We're going after anyone that supports terror, for sure. They're going to be arrested, and we're going to deport everyone that if they are here on a green card or whatever else, and they're supporting terror, we're going to get them the hell out. Like, get lost. We don't want you here. And they're saying by the Trump's DOJ, by arresting and kicking out Mahmoud Khalil, the face of all this, and this is what I mean. You claim to be smart, Candace. Think of it from a bigger picture, okay? You're looking at this from a very small-minded picture, small-minded frame, I think, because, again, you're against Israel. That's quite clear. This will do something to help Jewish people. Number one, it's getting rid of a major problem, a ringleader. You go from the top down, not from the bottom up. Top people that support terror and that actually are sympathizers with this and organize the protests, you get rid of them. So it makes a statement to anyone else that tries, guess what? We're coming after you as well. We won't stop at just the people that are there protesting. We'll go after the leaders. And yes, that is actually going to help Jewish people. It has got nothing to do with the perception of Jewish supremacy. That's your own bias. So you're saying that Trump doing this, trying to make it a peaceful place for Jewish people to study on campus, you're saying that this incident is going to, it's Israel. They've got their hands in this, and they're responsible for kicking out Mahmoud Khalil. Goodness me. Are you that dumb and naive, Candace? Goodness me. It will be used in rhetoric against Republican Party candidates in future elections, arguing whether or not a green card holder can have their residency revoked at any time for any reason is playing chess, not checkers. No, it's not at any time or any reason. It's to do with supporting terror. This man is supporting terror. He's not supporting Israel at all. He doesn't really want to be here. So why have him here if he's supporting terror? We don't want those sorts of people in our country. It is dangerous. It would just have been an easy win to deport a student who had a criminal record. Again, you're missing the whole point. You missed it. You're defending a T-word organization supporter. You ever thought about that? This is not the hill, Candace, that you want to engage in or even die on. This is something that you've got no clue about by the looks of things. I am for freedom of speech. And in fact, if you want to say whatever you want to say, by all means, say it. But there are consequences. And when it comes down to people that lead protests against Israel and are supporters, I draw the line. Look what this guy has done, Mahmoud Khalil. He acted as a spokesman for an anti-Israel pro-student group led in Columbia University Apartheid Divest, or CUAD. CUAD says it is fighting for the total eradication of Western civilization. This is the man, Candace, that you are supporting. Well done. CUAD believes that October 7th was a moral, military, and political victory. CUAD justified October 7th by declaring violence is the only path forward. And again, Candace, you want this person in your country. Congratulations. You're officially a woke dingbat. Khalil was the negotiator on behalf of students who started a tent city on Columbia's campus who were illegally taking over campus buildings. Khalil distributed pamphlets of pro-propaganda titled Operation Al-Asek, I think, Flood, Our Narrative. Al-Asek Flood is code name for the October 7th, October 7th T-word attacks. Khalil was in a group that disrupted a Columbia class on Israeli history to attack the country and the professor for normalizing. All these actions violate the rules that allow Khalil to come here as an immigrant. American citizens have strong freedom of speech, but there is zero reason that America should be welcoming in foreigners from abroad whose chief occupation will be agitating on behalf of American enemies who murder women and children as their primary strategy. Khalil does not want to live in America because he loves our land, our people, and our values. Khalil wants to live in America in order to contribute to its destruction and eradication. Staying in America isn't a right, it's a privilege, and Mahmoud Khalil threw his privilege away. Khalil needs to go home, and thousands more need to go home with him. This 30-year-old T-word sympathizer is a martyr for nothing except the murder of children. That's from Charlie Kirk, a man with common sense. Maybe, Candace, just maybe, you should read what he wrote. If Charlie Kirk, who is, I believe, a patriot, a Christian patriot, and has also spoken out about the murders that are taking place, the horrific murders of Christians that is just absolutely horrific, something of which Candace Owens refuses. Instead, she boasts about how she was right. I don't care if you're right or not. What I care about is what are you doing right now? Again, I'll say it's not the time to be bragging or boasting about whether or not you were right. Now is the time for grieving, mourning, and praying. And anyone that is supporting terror gets kicked out of the country. Anyone that continues supporting what Candace Owens is saying, sure, she may have said some things in the past that made some sense. But at the moment, it's clear as day. She's lost the plot. If you are supporting terror, a terror sympathizer, and you're saying, oh, this is the bad move for the Republican Party, it's going to be used against them. No. No way. Honestly, are you kidding me? Anyone that supports terror at all should not be in Western civilization. We don't want this stuff here. We don't need it here. It's uncalled for. And if you are an immigrant to this country, Australia, America, whichever Western country you're in, if you're an immigrant and you're supporting this and you want, it's a privilege for you to be, not just in the US, but Australia. We have every right to kick you the hell out. Do not come back. We don't want you here. Anyway, that's enough from me. Just in case you guys are wondering what the hell's going on with this Mahmoud Khalil thing and also with a supposed conservative defending him. Absolutely unreal. But you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.